Hey everyone! Today I'm in Ashikaga, a city up in Tochigi Prefecture. It's a town full of nature and historic buildings, and it's become a pretty popular tourist spot. You can actually get here in about 70 minutes, no transfers needed, on the Ryomo Limited Express from stations like Asakusa in Tokyo. Ashikaga is split into north and south by a big river called the Watarase River. This steel bridge connecting the two sides is called Watarase Bridge. Back in 1934, they rebuilt it with this rugged kind of industrial look, apparently so it could handle heavy military vehicles during army exercises. If you look underneath, you can still spot the original stone piers from back then. As beautiful as this river is, it actually has a dark history too. Upstream, the Ashikaga mine released toxic waste into the water, and it caused some serious damage here in Ashikaga. It's actually considered Japan's first major pollution case. This part of the river is what's called an elevated riverbed. Basically, the riverbed sits higher than the town around it. You can actually see it. The neighborhoods here are lower than the riverbank. In the past, when typhoons caused the river to flood, the homes down below took some serious damage. Ashikaga grew up as a weaving town. Its history goes back around 1,300 years, all the way to the Nara period. During the Meiji era, textile exports were a huge deal for Japan's economy. So this town's weaving industry really helped shape not just Ashikaga, but Japan's whole modernization. Orihime Shrine here is dedicated to the guardian deity watching over that weaving tradition. Since fabric comes from weft and warp threads crossing together, the shrine is also known as a spot for matchmaking and relationships. It sits up on a hillside, and from the ground, you get this sweeping view over the whole city. On the west side, there is a seven-colored torii gate. Each color is said to represent a different kind of bond or connection. Now I've made it to one of Ashikaga's most iconic historical sites, Banna-ji Temple, once home to the Ashikaga clan. That covered arched bridge with the gate rising behind it, it really gives the place this dignified presence. Banna-ji actually started out as a samurai residence before it became a temple. It's still surrounded by earthen ramparts and a moat, which is pretty rare. This land used to belong to the Ashikaga family actually. The name Ashikaga comes from the Minamoto clan, who settled here toward the end of the Heian period and just took the local place name as their own. The temple was founded in 1197. Its main hall follows Zen-style architecture, which was actually cutting edge in China at the time. And honestly, that austere look gives it a presence like nothing else around. A temple surrounded by a moat. That little contrast is what makes it so interesting. Ashikaga's split north and south by the Watarase River. North is the old town, south is the newer part of the city. Right now, I'm walking through the north side, and you can really feel that old town atmosphere here. Ashikaga School is often called Japan's oldest institution of higher learning. There's some debate over exactly when it was founded, but some say it goes back as far as the early Heian period. Francis Xavier, the missionary who brought Christianity to Japan, actually introduced it abroad as the largest and most famous academy in all of Japan. At its peak, it's said to have had as many as 3,000 students. Students here studied Confucianism, especially the Book of Changes. And during the Warring States period, military strategy got added to the curriculum too. You can actually see a statue of Confucius here on the grounds. The Book of Changes is basically what Japanese fortune telling is based on. But back then, it was also used to pick lucky days for battle, or even predict a general's fortune. So it ended up being closely tied to military strategy too. These are memorial tablets for generations of Tokugawa shoguns. Some of Ieyasu's closest aides were actually graduates of this school, and it was even granted land worth 100 koku of rice. The Tokugawa family clearly took good care of this place. There's actually a story that Takeda Shingen would ask potential strategists whether they'd studied at Ashikaga School. That shows how much authority this place carried back then. And to wrap things up, I'm ending the trip with Ashikaga's local specialty, yakisoba, with potato in it. Thanks so much for watching.